Welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch up on all things Liverpool FC and your daily reminder that the Reds are Premier League champions. Right, we'll have our summer dates, so now we know broadly how the summer's going to look. The mini transfer window is obviously open now. The main transfer window will open on June 16th. The Premier League fixtures will be out June 18th. Players will return for training for pre-season on the 8th of July. So it's a pretty good break for a lot of our lads, especially given they've just had a month off because they were all on the piss for a month. The first pre-season game will be the 13th of July against Preston. Then we play AC Milan on the 26th and Yokohama FM on the 30th of July. The Adidas kit will be officially launched on the 1st of August. We'll play the Community Shield against Palace on the 10th of August. The Premier League will kick off on the 16th, so we'll play that weekend. And then the main transfer window closes on the 1st of September. Now, I would imagine there'll be another friendly match added somewhere in between the Yokohama game and the Community Shield game. I don't think we'd go with just 3 pre-season games and the Community Shield. I think there'll be another game in there somewhere. So, all in all, it's not bad at all. And then we're obviously going to be busy in terms of ins and outs with players. Speaking of ins and outs, Luis Diaz, who we had a report yesterday from David Ornstein and then confirmed by Joyce and others that Liverpool had rejected an approach from Barcelona for Luis Diaz. Diaz, in a press conference, seemed to suggest he'd been talking to other clubs, or at least his reps had been talking to other clubs, which, you know, it happens. It's just unusual for a player to come out and say it the way he did. And look, he said he was happy to stay, but if an offer came in and now it's up to Liverpool and all this kind of stuff, I still think he's going to go. But I think it is a case where we're, you know, holding firm at a certain price. We had reports as well last night, whether or not they can be trusted, who knows. I think Indy was one of the first people on it, and obviously, you know, but that Al Hilal, who seemingly were going to sign Victor Osimhen, and now that's fallen through. They've moved on to Darwin as sort of their alternative target. So that could be a big deal for us to get him gone. Would free up a lot of money for us to be able to go and invest in the squad this summer. Darwin should cover all or most of his own replacement. If we could get him out the door, get Diaz out the door, Diaz could then cover somebody like an Adam Wharton, the midfielder that we need. So if Darwin and Diaz covered a 9 and a 6, your net spend wouldn't be too bad when you consider we've got a lot of other things to sell. Players to sell. Harvey, Doak, the Setic perhaps. I mean, Jota could still go, but I think if Diaz goes, Jota probably stays. I think Chiesa probably goes. Could be very, very busy this summer. I think it's going to be very busy this summer. The Kirkes deal looks like it's inching closer to getting completed. I think the Wirtz deal is probably a little bit further along than is even reported. So, all things considered, we're in pretty good shape. Not in good shape last night was Ibu. France beaten 5-4 by Spain. But Spain stopped playing at 5-1 because the game was over. France did mount a bit of a late comeback, but Spain couldn't have cared less. Ibu was given a 2 out of 10 rating by the French media. Now, he was partnered in the game by Clement Lenglet, So I'm not sure you can put too much of the blame on Ibu when he's basically playing at centre back by himself. But he was not good. He was not good by any stretch. Liverpool announced 7 players released with 8 new contracts offered. So let's see. Dominic Cornes has left at the end of his contract. Jacob Orzinski, Reese Truman, Jacob Portress, Lee Jonas, Lewis Enahoro Marcus, and Harry Evers. And apparently the last 2 are almost a bit surprising that they've been released. Willetti Lucky, Terence Miles, Emmanuel Eroboma, Michael Laffey, Kyle Kelly, Carol Figueroa, Ronell Young, and Kareem Ahmed have all been offered new contracts. Lucky, Figueroa, Young, and Ahmed I know of. I don't know a ton about the academy, but I know those players are highly regarded. Last summer we moved on an awful lot of players as well. There really has been a bit of a trimming of the fat around the club in terms of bloated squads at different levels being sort of tempered down. Seems to be a pretty good approach. Seems like there's ways and means to cut spending that's a bit unnecessary. Jurgen Klopp reunited with Liverpool cult hero now running for FA president. Ragnar Klavan. Jurgen Klopp was reunited with one of his former players this week as he was spotted with Ragnar Klavan in Estonia. That's fantastic. Klavan is running for the presidency of the Estonian FA. He just retired in December. I enjoyed Klavan. He was solid. You know, he was solid. Was brought in to be the 4th centre back and did a good job as the 4th centre back. And it seems like Jurgen has gone to lend his support to Klavan's push to become the Estonian FA president. So that's tremendous. I think his best moment is probably the goal against Burnley. But the Klavan turn was a magnificent thing. And we should always remember it. Let's see. 1 in 5 Liverpool FC tickets at Anfield are now hospitality or corporate packages. Wow. That is a lot. So 44% are season tickets. 25% are members. 11% are hospitality hospitality season tickets. 7% are hospitality single match tickets. You obviously got away fans in as well. And then local sales and schools, etc., make up only 3%. But then you've got things like the director's box and there's certain seats that aren't available. That is modern football, but it is rough. Like, it is rough that many seats are being given up for corporate and hospitality when there's, real fans locked out of the stadium, can't afford to get to a game. Local fans as well. It's definitely a thing where a lot of the ticket packages are being aimed at those from overseas because they're just so much more valuable to the club than for a local fella or a local girl who, desperately wants to go and could afford to pay maybe the normal season ticket price, but can't afford the corporate price because it's outrageous. Even the hospitality prices are pretty outrageous. Andy Robertson has responded to Liverpool's Milos Kerkez pursuit Andy Robertson insists he is not daft, acknowledging Liverpool want to sign a new left back, but backs himself to step up to the challenge. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, is that he's not going to accept just being the backup. He's just not going to accept it. He's been poor for 3 seasons now. And people can argue with that all they want. He has been poor for 3 seasons. 22-23, he was really, really bad. But the whole defensive line was bad. But 23-24, he was really poor. And last season, he was poor. It's time to move him on. He's got 1 year left on his deal. We should be looking to move Andy Robertson on.
Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way, with the great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to AnfieldIndex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that, from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.